Hello everybody. In today's video I want to talk about myself. I want to share with you my story of learning languages and why it is very important to me. And I want to take you through a situation I was in last year when I was living in Italy for a while, and how that has really kind of made me very competent in actually helping people learn Danish and overcome this loneliness that many of you international people feel in your everyday lives here in Denmark, when you can learn Danish and you feel like everything around you is just one big hurdle in terms of integrating and fitting in. And this story is from last year. It's from the month of April up until the month of May. And yeah, so today is just a story video. And I think it was April, March, actually it might be March, end of March. I went to Italy to work last year, and I arrived there without speaking. Well, I did speak a little bit of Italian, maybe like ciao, si, no, mi chiamo, like basic introduction phrases, but that was it. And actually I was working at a campsite, and it was very hard for me to actually do my work properly because I couldn't really speak Italian, and many of the kind of early spring guests, they were Italians, and they were also elder Italians, or they were senior Italians. So that meant that I kind of had to speak at least some kind of Italian to them, and I had to have a vocabulary with the most important words for booking them into this campsite, and also taking care of the transaction and the purchase of them actually getting a spot here um, on the campsite. And so it was very hard for me to speak and actually communicate and actually do my work properly without any help from my Italian colleagues. And that's also why ultimately I was only there for 1 month, because it was way too hard for me to speak to these people in fluent Italian, almost, because there were so many Italian guests, and I hadn't really been warned about this. They said if I could just speak English it would be okay, but it didn't turn out that way. So I know how it feels to actually feel very alone, not speaking the language, living in a country where you really need to speak it. For me, it was absolutely imperative that I could speak Italian, but I didn't know that. And in the same way, it's very imperative, and this is kind of the way that I'm going to intertwine our stories right now, you watching right now, is that it was imperative for me that I could speak Italian, and for you, my dear friend, it's imperative that you speak Danish. Because if you want job opportunities that you are worth, then you have to speak Danish. And if you dream about a life where you really feel at home, and where you feel like you have endless social opportunities, and where your confidence will skyrocket like nothing else, and take my word for it, because this is what happened to me in Italy last year. When I learned Italian, I could speak to people in Italian, I got more friends, I could do my job at least better. My confidence was through the roof. And the same can be your story. So normally I don't like to kind of sell anything, but what I want you to do, if this has really, and I know this is just a mini story because I don't want to keep it too long, or maybe if you're actually up for it, I can actually continue right now, because I believe there's other amazing things and other very inspiring things that I can talk about in terms of how my story and your story has actually been quite alike, I think. And another way that I have kind of felt how you feel, especially if you're someone who haven't learned Danish yet, is that I have learned French. And I have been learning French for more than 4 years, and even though I haven't been to France yet, which is a very bizarre circumstance, right? I'm learning French on my 4th or 5th year, haven't even been to the country. It's kind of crazy, right? But the thing is, the main idea is that I have tried learning a language that is so far from my native language, and so far from any other language, any other second language that I've ever spoken, I ever tried learning, that you wouldn't even believe it. French, I couldn't even make the I couldn't even make the I couldn't even make the like when you say one in French, you say I couldn't even make that sound in the beginning. I had to put a pencil in my mouth and I had to just say like this kind of weird sound. I just kind of like I did that, and that was a way for my vocal cords to really get used to some of the different sounds that you need to articulate. You have to be able to articulate in French to actually speak the language, and that kind of training and that kind of dedication that I put in for 4 years learning French almost fluently now is incredible, and it's given me so much. And I've had an amazing coach, and that's also why I'm a Danish coach, because I know how important it is to ally yourself with someone who spends day in, day out crafting his skills and actually being the best coach possible, who has actually helped multiple people reach their goals, reach their dreams in terms of integrating and learning Danish. So that's how my story and your story, how I believe they are very much alike, and how you can definitely get the results that I got living in Italy, but also learning French from at home, from the comfort of my home, and you can definitely do the same. And I think I'm gonna stop the video here, and yeah, I hope you have been watching until the end, because I believe there's definitely lots of value to get from this video. And yeah, before I make it too long, I just want to say god aften, and also I would love to see how you think that, or how you would love to see my coming videos, or what kinds of videos you would like to see on the channel. There it was. Yeah, so thank you so much, and let me know in the comments what kinds of videos you would like, and also potentially what your current level in Danish is right now, so that really helps me make the videos. So have a great evening, guys. Vi ses. Hej.